Today, we officially bid adieu to one of the better theories, in my opinion, to come about from Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's been almost 5 months since The Force Awakens came out, and over that time span, there have been countless theories that have been absolutely horrible regarding some of the new characters. Now, that's not to say, though, that there hasn't also been a decent number of very good theories, with some people putting together some really interesting connections and relationships to past films and other canon materials to create some really intriguing speculation regarding some of the newer characters in The Force Awakens. And in my opinion, one such theory that sort of met that qualification was coincidentally one of the most widely believed in regards to one of the new characters in The Force Awakens, and that was the relation of Supreme Leader Snoke to Darth Plagueis the Wise. Really, the only thing we know about Darth Plagueis within the current canon is based off that brief conversation about him between Palpatine and Anakin during that weird water orb space opera show, whatever thing that was going on. But it was intriguing nonetheless, and the theory itself that this new character that has immense power could also possibly be related to this previous character that we've heard about that was also rumored to have had immense power, it was intriguing. But again, it is no more. For those of you who aren't familiar with who Pablo Hidalgo is, he is the creative executive for the Lucasfilm Story Group, which is basically in charge of making sure that everything within the current canon of Star Wars all sort of jives with each other. And he is also very active on Twitter and definitely worthwhile to follow. He's also very involved with fans and trying to address tweets and questions as best he can without revealing too much. And it became very clear in the last couple days that he's maybe sort of had it with the Snoke is Darth Plagueis questions, because he pretty much has come right out and said, no, Snoke is not Darth Plagueis. His exchanges with various fans over the last couple days have made headlines on a couple different news sites, basically showing off his tweets of him trying to sort of imply as heavily as he could without coming right out and saying it, because I imagine they're trying to avoid that from a storytelling standpoint. But he basically laid it out there for everybody, to which more people kept responding, but what about this? What if he did this? To where he finally just said, no, Snoke is not Plagueis, pretty much outright, and admitting that he lost the game by saying that. But it's out there, that theory is put to rest, and in a way, I'm okay with it because I'm okay with Snoke being an entirely new character. One of the most intriguing things to me still about this whole thing from a managerial standpoint is why now would they just now come out and basically put this entire theory to rest by outright stating that Snoke is not Plagueis? My best guess in relations to this whole thing is that they've probably had meetings and realized that a lot of people have expectations for what they think the story should be. And I think as a creative group, it's on them to deliver what they believe the story should be, and they're the ones in charge of that, not the actual fans that think this is how it needs to be or else I'm going to be upset. So if they come out several months, or in the case of episode 8, a year and a half or so in advance and say, no, this character is not who you think he is, they can essentially put that speculation and those expectations to rest, which in turn hopefully reopens a lot of people's minds to the possibility of them telling their intriguing version of what that character will ultimately be. I think in a way too, this can also go somewhat along the lines of what J.J. Abrams said a couple weeks ago, basically outright stating that Rey's parents are not in episode 7. Again, it's a situation where a lot of people have these expectations over what they think the relationship should be, and if you can essentially just squash those rumors ahead of time and let them know that no, that thing that you think isn't going to be the case, but we're pretty sure you're going to like what actually is. I think overall, from a managerial standpoint, to temper those expectations can probably be a good thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're kind of actively trying to do by slipping these little nuggets out there and kind of letting the press make a big deal of them, as they generally will. So with all that said, we have to officially bid adieu to the Snoke is Darth Plagueis theories. In my opinion, that whole thing was a pretty intriguing one, because Snoke is a character with so much mystery surrounding him, and Darth Plagueis was one that had a lot of intrigue surrounding him, and the idea of the two being connected was pretty cool. But alas, not the case. Anyway, that's all the thoughts I've got on this little nugget of news that's been developing over the last couple of days. If you've got any thoughts on this news or this video or updated theories on who you think Supreme Leader Snoke might actually be, please feel free to share them in the comments. However, if they do involve time travel, I probably won't take them seriously. Just forewarning you. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit it with the like button. I always appreciate that. And as always, everybody, thanks so much for watching.